So not too long ago, I did my initial review on the Bob Kramer Carbon Steel chef knife. This was a chef knife that really I was considering for a very, very long time. And I finally got it. Well, I've had it now for about 2 years. How do I feel about the Bob Kramer? Is it holding up pretty well? And generally, was it worth the pretty pricey price tag for a mass-produced carbon steel knife? Let's dive in. All right, so if you're not familiar with this knife, this is a knife that is mass-produced by the Zwelling company, and it was originally designed by Bob Kramer. So it's a partnership between the two companies. It is carbon steel, and it's also made in Japan, and it's made exceptionally well. It's made of very great material. This is not the original design. I believe the design has gone through several iterations. I'm not going to dive deep into the knife itself and all the different things that it went through over the years and the history behind it, because I already kind of covered that in my original review. So if you are looking for the details of this specific knife, the version, and the changes, and my original concern with the design and so forth, I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can watch the original review. What I will say though is I was definitely eyeing this for a very long time, and I am glad that I bought it. So up front, if anything were to happen to this knife and I had to replace it, I would definitely replace it. It's a very good carbon steel chef knife. But I'm not using it as much as I thought I would, and I'm going to go into the specifics shortly. So I think the first thing that I want to cover with this knife is I have had it now for close to 2 years, and it is developing a really nice patina. Now, with that being said, I did force a patina on this originally, and I made a video on that. Again, I'll put a link in the description of this video if you're interested. I did force a patina just to kind of get it going, and it also adds a protective layer to carbon steel knives. I'm glad I did it because I've never really had any major issues with this knife. It has formed some rust here and there. Some of it was the bad stuff, which I easily got out with a rust eraser. And again, I have another video on that if you're interested, how to remove the rust. But generally speaking, I haven't had any major issues, and I am seeing that it's developing a very beautiful natural patina. So this is definitely going to be a beautiful knife to hand down to my kids one day. I also talked about how the original design had a cutout here, a little notch, which I believe they call a choy. And that has been eliminated with this particular design, version 2. So my initial first impressions were I was going to miss that because I handled one in a shop and I liked it. And I did miss it. So it's definitely something that I wish was still there. And it's probably personal preference because I like to choke my knives. I don't really necessarily hold them by the handle. I kind of choke them. And it just felt a lot more comfortable for me personally. That's really the only complaint that I have. I mean, the handle's beautiful, the resin handle. I mean, I prefer wood, but had zero issues. The rivets are all there. It's held up really well. I've used the heck out of it and haven't used the heck out of it, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, it's just a good knife. It holds an edge extremely well. I probably sharpen it with a stone once a year, but just basic honing, right? Basic maintenance, keeping that edge sharp. I mean, just does it, right? It's razor sharp. It's a really, really great knife. So I thought I'd be using this a lot more, and I ended up not using it as much as I thought I would. I thought this was going to be my daily driver every single day. And to be honest with you, that got old really quick because of the carbon steel materials. Carbon steel does rust. Carbon steel does need a little bit more maintenance. You just got to make sure you wipe it down and avoid acidic things that can react with it and so forth. For my daily drivers, I've found that stainless steel works a little better for me when I'm in a rush. So this definitely turned into a treat, a knife that I really enjoy and use when I feel like I'm kind of in the mood for something really nice, right? When I want to drive the Ferrari and I don't necessarily need that, gas mileage from the Toyota. Now, also with that being said, I ended up buying a Japanese carbon steel knife, and that one is definitely my favorite knife of all time. That's handmade, hand forged, I paid a premium for that guy, and I absolutely love that knife. So between these two knives, I mean, this one's more of a traditional chef knife. I like that one more, but I like them both, right? They're both going to be great knives that I'm going to one day hand down to my children. So I'm definitely happy about that. I think I do personally prefer the performance of carbon steel. There's nothing like it, but it's just the maintenance that I'm not too, excited about, right? And that's kind of the thing that I guess surprised me. I think, being young and stupid, actually I wasn't that young, but being excited about something, you tend to think, well, I'm going to use this all the time. And that's just not true, right? You end up not using it all the time, or you end up realizing that there's certain things about it that are a little bit more demanding than something else that you could use for the moments when you need to go quickly, and it works out better. So definitely different tools for the toolbox, right? But really, I mean, honestly, if you are considering this knife, this wonderful chef's knife, this premium, and it is premium. I've had a lot of premium knives. This is definitely a premium mass-produced knife by a partnership of Bob Kramer and Zwelling. I don't know anybody that has this knife, either the original version 1 or version 2, that's not happy with it. So if you are looking to buy this, definitely go for it. I don't know where the prices are anymore. I mean, I do recall that I bought this during Christmas and it was on sale. I think they took off like 20%, and then they took off another, 10, 50, whatever it was for Christmas, and I bought it from the store. I went down to the store and I bought it. I've heard that the price has remained relatively stable. It's around $300, $350, something like that. I have the 8-inch, by the way, and there's different sizes, so I think that's a good price for this knife. I mean, some folks are going to tell you, well, you can get a handmade, hand-forged Japanese blade, and that's completely true for maybe $100 more. But you also got to remember that's all based on like who's making your knife for you, right? And sometimes, believe it or not, you can have bad experiences with handmade, hand-forged things by specific people. Not saying all the time, but sometimes. So it is kind of remarkable that this is mass-produced and so consistent, right? And that's really what you're paying into. You're paying for Bob Kramer's name and design, but you're also paying for the Zwelling reliability and consistency when they mass produce something. So that's basically it. I don't really have much that I want to talk about. This is a fantastic knife that I highly recommend. If you guys have any questions about it, if you want to leave me a comment below, I'll be happy to answer them. I will leave a link, if I can find one, for you to purchase one for yourself if you feel like this is the knife for you. And yeah, generally speaking, if you want to see a video of me maybe talking a little bit more about knives or comparing the pros and cons between carbon steel and stainless steel, for example, I'll be happy to do so. That's it for me, guys. I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing and joining our channel memberships. I'll catch you on the next video.